Our journey typically begins with a crappy acoustic someone has laying around that would be better off as firewood. Somewhere between Mary Had a Little Lamb and Wish You Were Here, it was decided that this was the coolest thing since Phoebe Cates, and you had to get in on this action. A Yamaha guitar suddenly is a substantial part of your net worth, followed shortly thereafter by some sort of crappy Squier Electric with a cheap solid-state amp. If it wasn't a Fender Frontman 15R, you're probably doing it wrong. After Smoke on the Water, Iron Man, and maybe some Seven Nation Army, a bigger, louder, cheap amp entered the picture, along with perhaps a second guitar manufactured in a country with the worst neighbor ever. No wait, this one. A Line 6 something or other came along, and you had every guitar thing you ever needed. You could now shred at will. Like most of us, some mistakes were made around the college age, which was atoned for with a Marshall stack. Right around your first contribution to a 401k, you fell for a USA, Gibson, or Fender, maxed out a credit card, and realized you knew nothing. With high-end guitars come high-end guitar friends who convince you that your foreign jobbers were wasting space, so an ethnic guitar cleansing ensues. An Eric Clapton Strat or a Gibson Pro Series guitar opens up the sonic landscapes with coil splitting, flux capacitors, dB and or mid-boost options. You finally have the only guitar you ever needed. Pedals slowly start to take over your floor space. A few lesser vintage items join your slowly expanding collection. With vintage comes tubes, and then point-to-point all-valve unreliability. After a few too many I love yous, kids come along, and well, self-awareness kicks in with relation to the likelihood of a debaucherous touring rock career, and the herd of gear thins further. Disposable income slowly sneaks back in, and with it Agiles, Michael Kellys, and perhaps an Epiphone that rationalizes itself into the collection. Amps get smaller and less powerful. Perhaps you have to foray into the bad stuff, or the questionable stuff, before you start playing out in a band where you're proud to have more hair than at least one of the members. Slowly you accept that a good Stratocaster is the only guitar you'll ever need. That is until the next one comes along. Merry Christmas, joyous holidays, Happy New Year, peaceful atheism, Happy Solstice, and congratulations on a few days off from work from Nick in the States. Because obviously, I have issues.